So I just watched some of that video, and I think it was getting overly complicated. Um, Let me simplify. So I've still got a gaggle of dove breast here. Nope, this one. This one. Okay, so here we go. All right. I just pulled a fresh pack of bacon out of the refrigerator. I realized, oh, depending on how cold the bacon is, depends on how much it stretches, right? Which will determine your wrap. So, as bacon fresh out of the refrigerator hasn't thawed yet much at all, it's not stretchy, so it's very stiff. And depending also on how much overlap or how much you hold back at the start when you start your wrap, your fat finger on the end there may not end up at the top because there's less stretch, right? And in many cases it ends up on the bottom. No problem. I also realized that the main objective with the toothpick, yes, if you can obviously secure the jalapeno and the bacon and the dove breast all together, great. The important thing is that you're taking this last wrap, right, as it comes across from the bottom, you're kind of going to want to try to come back towards the top with it and just get it to cover as much as you can. But then when you stick your toothpick through, you start with the end of where that ends, whether it's on the top or the bottom, doesn't matter, where that ends, and then shove it back through to itself to where it comes, that same piece, that end piece comes across on the top. That's what you're trying to do, is secure that end piece in two locations. In this case, it's top and bottom, right? Here's the end of it, and here's where it came around. If you can tag that last end piece in two spots, that's all you got to do. Then it won't come apart when you're grilling and tossing and turning and doing all that stuff, right? And these things do flare up because obviously there's a lot of fat in this bacon. So use, have, when your grill is set up, don't just have all hot coals. You got to have a place where you can kind of slide them off to, let them, because they'll burn pretty quick with all that fat on them. There's gonna be a lot of fire if you don't have some place to. If you can get them up kind of up to the edge of the hot spot, so put them in the middle and put them around the edge. You can just turn them and flip them and whatever, and they can brown nicely. Takes a little more time. I mean, and they taste good burnt too. I even burn all the time. So charge these toothpick ends right off. And that's the other thing. Warn people that, hey, there's a toothpick in there you need to pull out. Because the last thing you want is just going through the roof of somebody's mouth. It hurts. So, anyways, just wanted to clear that up and make it easier to do this. So here's my fresh bacon right out of the fridge. Got my jalapeno. Again, you've got more meat on this end, less meat over here, right? So let's use the meatier stuff. Let's use the fat on the outside. Leave the fat on the outside of this to first of all crisp up, because who wants gooey fat? Nobody. And then wrap it around, and it's already starting to warm up a little bit, so now it's coming not at the bottom anymore, now it's already on the side. So as the bacon warms up, you'll get more stretch and you'll find a different, the end point lands somewhere else. So in this case it's kind of tricky because I'm going through the middle, but I'm aiming for where this piece came around on the backside is over here. So I'm aiming to tag with the toothpick when I go through. Hopefully I'm going to try and get the dove breast and some jalapeno just to hold everything together, but I'm coming through on that bacon to secure the other side. So it's a 2-point connection for that last end piece where it wraps around. That won't come undone. And ready for the freezer. Thanks for watching, guys.